Peace and all good from Franciscan Media. I'm Father Jim Sabak, and this is the Inbreaking of the Word. So whereas in many of the dioceses of the United States, this Sunday that we just passed is Ascension Day, because a mistake that was made, and I do believe it was a mistake, by the bishops of the United States, that people would not come to church on a Thursday, which was ridiculous because they come to Holy Thursday Mass. They decided to move the celebration of the Ascension to the Sunday that follows it, thereby suppressing the seventh Sunday of Easter. And in reality, while it is important to celebrate the Ascension, it's not necessarily the most important thing to celebrate when we have these Sundays of Easter, which really are meant to speak to us. I mean, it's all important, but a Sunday should not be suppressed in honor of the Ascension. There has to be a way in which we honor both of these, and unfortunately, we choose the Ascension over this last Sunday in Easter, which is wrong. So what we're going to do today is look at this seventh Sunday of Easter, which is suppressed way too long and way too many times within our diocese. And so what do we have this past Sunday? Well, on the seventh Sunday of Easter, which is the 41, 42, 43, for the 44th day of the Easter season. We begin all the way back at the beginning of the Acts of the Apostles again. All this time during this Easter season, we have been looking at Acts of the Apostles and what Paul and Barnabas and his other companions have been doing to spread the gospel again and again and again. But now we move back to the beginning in the 7th chapter of Acts, in which Stephen becomes the first martyr. Stephen, whose profession of faith infuriates, unfortunately, the Jewish leadership of the time, because it's just too much. It just doesn't make any sense. And it's riling up people in a way that they cannot control, and it is a threat to their own ideas of control. And so they decide to get rid of Stephen. But Stephen, at his martyrdom, sees heaven opening and Christ ready to receive him, and that makes them throw the stones perhaps even harder and even more frequently, to get rid of him. But it doesn't work. They cannot get rid of the presence that Stephen has left, and they cannot get rid of this Christian movement that Stephen was a part of. Again, showing us that nothing gets in the way, of this proclamation of the gospel. Nothing gets in the way of what it is that God, wants, and why it is that there is a Christ, and why it is that life has changed forever because of this Christ who has come to us and given us a different way of understanding ourselves and our relationship with God and our relationship with one another and our relationship to this good and wonderful earth that in all ways shows us how wonderful God is. This is the witness that Stephen gives, and the witness that continues today, and the witness that has been a part of this Easter season for all of these 44 days already. In the second gospel, in the second reading from Revelation, we have greetings and we have promises of unity that John is seeing, and that John's vision is allowing him to see. In the end of it, at the end of this reading, where this reading leads to, basically, is this cry, Maranatha. Come, Lord Jesus, come quickly, come to resolve everything, come to fulfill everything that you said you would fulfill. It's again a wonderful way of ending this on this last Sunday of Easter, this last full Sunday of Easter, to call to mind the fact is that Christ will return, that Christ has said he will return, and we wait for that. We cannot forget that that's going to happen. We cannot forget that that is a part, of our belief system. It isn't as if we've been left to our own defenses, or we've been left alone by ourselves to try to understand, what's going on and what's happening. We've been given this way of understanding ourselves through this Christ that God gives us to move forward in expectation, to move forward in hope, to knowing that this Christ will never ever abandon us, that God never ever leaves us alone. But we have to be attentive to what this God is asking us to do, which is to join together in unity, to break down the walls that divide us, to bring back those who have lost their way, to help us see, a new hope and a new horizon in the midst of all the fear and the darkness that surrounds us at times. We can do this because we believe in a risen Lord, who is the light of life, who is the light who keeps us not drowning in the darkness, and who guides us out of it. In John's gospel, basically, we have Jesus, the end basically of Jesus's long prayers at the Last Supper, and basically an end that basically speaks of unity, and basically that speaks of our mission, that Jesus now prays for those who will come to belief and come to faith because of our witness, which is the way that it is today. People will come to faith or will not come to faith based upon our witness, based upon our actions, based upon what we do and what we fail to do. We are the ones now responsible. Again, it is Christ in the end, but Christ gives us this great mission and this great responsibility. Let us not fail that. Let us live up to it. Let us believe that what Christ gives us is something that can help this world move into where it is that God needs it to be, can help to reveal the wonder and beauty of what this world is, what this whole Easter season has constantly been telling us again and again and again. Let us never forget that we are called to unite, called to bring together what has fallen apart, called to build build with Christ, again, this world in which it needs to be, in which it must be, in which Christ who comes again will find it, and help us to be able to realize the wonder and beauty of it all. A continued blessed Easter season in these last few days of it from Franciscan Media. May the Lord, as always, give you his peace.